The deadlift is one of the most dangerous exercises you can do, and everyone should be doing them. My name is Jonathan. I'm a registered kinesiologist with Fitness for Freedom, and I teach people how to move through exercise. The deadlift is intimidating because you have guys like me lifting big weight and looking kind of scary. When you try to lift too much, too soon, with bad form, it is a dangerous exercise. But the truth is, there's a deadlift variation for everyone, and when you do the deadlift properly, you make your legs and back stronger, and it reinforces how to do the hinge movement properly. This not only reduces your chances of injury, it also makes everything else way easier in your everyday life. Today, I'm going to show you how to deadlift properly and then go through some variations that you can do if you're not ready for the real deal deadlift just yet. Now we have part one, getting started. Before we get into the actual deadlift, we need to make sure you can do the hinge movement properly. The foundation of a good deadlift is a good hip hinge, which you need to be able to do to use the right muscles and protect your back. I'm going to take a hip width stance, place your hands on your thighs, and drive your hips straight back. As you drive your hips back, let your hands slide down your thighs and let your torso come forward, keeping a neutral spine. You'll know you're doing this properly when you feel almost nothing in your lower back and a strong pull through your hamstrings. You might even feel like you're about to tip backwards at the bottom, and that's a good sign you're doing it right. If you're struggling with the movement or not sure whether you're hinging correctly, I recommend watching my How to Do a Hinge video first. I'll link to it in the description. If you feel this movement in your lower back, you need to watch that video first, or you could be setting yourself up to get injured. Once you've got the hinge down, come back here and continue with the deadlift. Now, here's what we're trying to figure out. How low can you go? The lower you can hinge while keeping a neutral spine, think about getting down to your knees, the more likely you'll be able to deadlift from the floor. If you can only get partway down your thighs before your form breaks, or you feel too much tightness in your hamstrings, it's okay, you'll just start your deadlifts from an elevated surface. I'll show you exactly how to do that once we go through the movement basics. Now that you have the hinge down, let's move into the setup. A good deadlift doesn't start with lifting, it starts with how you approach the bar. Step one, approach the bar straight on. Step two, set your feet about hip width apart with the bar about 2 inches from your shins. You'll know you're in the right spot when you do your hinge into position and your shins very lightly touch the bar, which is the next step. Hinge into the position, keeping your spine neutral and your shoulders rolled a little bit forward and downward slightly, but with your upper back engaged, which is a fancy word for flexed or braced. Step four, grip the bar just outside your legs using a standard or a hook grip. Step five, adjust your feet if you need to. Your legs should be just inside your arms. Step six, make sure your shoulders are just a little bit forward over the bar. Once you're set at the bottom, don't waste too much time. The longer you wait, the more likely you are to let your form break. To come up, initiate the movement by lifting your torso first and removing the slack from the bar. You might even hear a little click. Keeping your spine neutral, drop your hips ever so slightly and continue lifting with your torso. From here, your body weight will very quickly shift to your legs. You won't have to think about it. Try to push evenly through your feet so you're not falling forwards or backwards and naturally stand up. You don't need to overthink this part. If you've done the setup right and lowered yourself properly, then doing the lifting part should feel natural. Time it so you're exhaling on the way up. This will give you an abdominal brace that will further protect your back. Lower it the same way you got into position in the first place, and repeat it as many times as you want to or can. That's it. We'll get to the variations in a minute, but first, here are 3 common mistakes that people make. Number one, they set up too far away from the bar, which could hurt your back. You want the bar riding your legs all the way up. The second mistake, they lift their hips first. This will make your lower back roll, leaving you open for injury. It happens when you take too long getting into the setup position, or you're trying to lift too much weight. And the third mistake, they have their torso too upright, so they bump their knees on the way up. This will make the bar swing laterally and away from your body, which can make you unstable and more likely to hurt yourself. You want to keep the bar as close to your body as possible throughout the lift. You know you're doing it right when you feel your hamstrings and glutes firing and your upper back muscles working and almost nothing in your lower back. If you do feel it in your lower back, you're not hinging correctly or keeping your spine neutral. That being said, your lower back may feel worked afterwards, but it should feel like muscle fatigue, not pain or spasm. If it feels sharp or shooting, something went wrong. You have to be careful after you've done deadlifts. If you do something like sit for a long period of time, go driving in your car, anything that puts your lower back in this kind of flexed position can really lead to injury in the future. Now, let's do some variations if you're not ready for the full-fledged deadlift just yet. If you can hinge properly but can't get very low, you need to lift from an elevated surface or a rack. I recommend using the safety bars on a cage or a squat rack. You can just put them on the height that you can reach down to when you practice the hinge. As you get stronger, more flexible, and more comfortable, just lower the safety bars one level at a time until you can reach the floor. The other way you can do the deadlift is to use a kettlebell or dumbbell on its end. This version has a lot of advantages and how I recommend most people start if they don't have access to or aren't comfortable with a barbell. Start with the kettlebell or dumbbell on a box and stand right over top of it so it's right in the middle of your stance. Now, just like we practiced, drive your hips back, letting your torso come forward. With this version, you can bend your knees as much as you think is necessary to grip the weight. And you can also widen your stance, which will help you get lower. If you'd like me to check out your form, click the link in the description and apply. So that's deadlift, the most dangerous exercise when done incorrectly, but the most beneficial when done properly. It builds real-world strength, protects your back, and helps you master the hinge. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time.